From egg to adult. A complete journey of raising ducks on a small farm. Raising ducks from the moment they exist only as warm, fragile eggs until they grow into confident, waddling adults is one of the most rewarding experiences in small-scale farming. It's a process full of tiny victories, nervous check-ins, and that unique joy you get when life slowly unfolds right in front of you. Whether you're running a backyard homestead, planning to expand a small farm, or simply curious about how duck farmers pull this off, this guide walks you through each step, week by week, milestone by milestone. Ducks aren't just adorable creatures paddling around ponds. They're hardy, intelligent, surprisingly easy to raise, and incredibly beneficial. They lay rich, flavorful eggs, provide natural pest control, and bring loads of charm to any farm. But their journey to adulthood is full of critical stages that require attention and proper care. Let's dive in from the very beginning, where it all starts, with the egg. The beginning. Selecting and preparing duck eggs. Every successful hatch starts with choosing the right eggs. Not all eggs are destined to become ducklings, and understanding what makes a viable egg is the foundation of everything that follows. Ideal hatching eggs should be fresh, no older than 7 days, equal in size and shape, clean but not washed, washing removes the protective bloom, free from cracks, deformities, or weak shells, obtained from healthy, active breeding ducks. Eggs with perfect shells are essential because the shell protects the embryo, regulates gas exchange, and keeps moisture levels steady. Before incubation, eggs are stored in a cool, well-ventilated room at around 15 degrees Celsius. They're also turned by hand at least twice a day to prevent the yolk from sticking to the shell membrane. This early stage is mostly preparation, quiet and slow, but it sets the tone for everything that will happen inside the incubator. Incubation. Creating the perfect environment. Incubation is where the magic happens. Even though everything is hidden under a warm shell, duck eggs usually need 28 days to hatch, a bit longer than chickens, though Muscovy ducks can take 35 days. Setting up the incubator. A good incubator controls temperature, around 37.5 degrees Celsius, 99.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity, 50 to 55% for the first 25 days. Ventilation, consistent fresh air exchange. Turning, at least 3 to 5 times a day. Eggs must be turned frequently to ensure even heating and proper embryonic development. Automatic incubators do this for you, but manual turning works just as well with discipline. Candling the eggs. Around day 7, farmers candle the eggs, shining a bright light through them to view what's happening inside. Signs of healthy development include clear blood vessels, a spider-like embryo network, a small dark spot, the forming duck, infertile eggs, dead embryos, or eggs developing abnormally are removed to prevent contamination or rot. Candling again at day 14 and day 21 confirms that growth is progressing normally. The final stretch. At day 25, eggs stop being turned. Humidity rises to 65 to 70% to help ducklings break the shell during hatching. This period is called lockdown, where the incubator lid stays shut. Inside the shell, the duckling positions itself and prepares for the monumental effort ahead. Hatching day, the first big milestone. Hatching day looks chaotic but is actually slow and methodical. Ducklings first make a little crack called a pip. They rest, breathe, and slowly chip away. It can take 24 to 48 hours. And resisting the urge to help is one of the hardest parts of raising ducks. A healthy hatch should leave wet, exhausted ducklings, empty shells, a warm incubator buzzing with tiny peeps. Once dry and fluffy, ducklings move to their brooder, their home for the first weeks of life. Brooder setup. Creating a safe and warm space. The brooder is basically a nursery for ducklings like human babies. They need warmth, softness, and constant supervision. Essential brooder components. Heat source. 32 degrees Celsius, 90 degrees Fahrenheit. For week 1. Gradually reduced by 3 degrees Celsius each week. Bedding: straw, pine shavings, or rice husks, never newspaper, too slippery. Feeders and drinkers: shallow and stable to prevent drowning. Water container: deep enough for them to dip their bills, but not bodies. Ventilation: fresh air without drafts. Ducklings grow faster than chicks and are far messier. They splash water everywhere. So daily cleaning isn't optional, it's mandatory. Feeding ducklings: building health from day 1. Nutrition is a huge factor in duck development. Ducklings need more niacin, vitamin B3, than chicks. So chick starter feed alone isn't enough unless supplemented. Weeks 1 to 3. Starter feed: 20 to 22% protein. Niacin supplementation: brewer's yeast works great. Introduce finely chopped greens after week 1. Ducklings eat enthusiastically, and their appetite grows daily. Fresh water must always be available. Weeks 4 to 8. Grower feed: as ducklings begin growing feathers, they move to a grower feed of 16 to 18% protein. Plenty of greens. Occasional treats like worms, peas, or chopped vegetables. Proper nutrition prevents weak legs, slow growth, or deformities. The adventure begins. Introducing ducks to water. Ducks love water, but baby ducklings can drown easily in the wild. Their mother's oil glands protect them so they don't get waterlogged. Domestic ducklings don't have that protection. Safe water time guidelines. Week 1 to 2. Very shallow water. Supervised only. Week 3 to 4. Small tubs deep enough for dipping heads. Week 5 to 6. Short, supervised swims. Week 6 plus. Full access to ponds or pools. Watching ducklings swim for the first time is a joyful moment. They paddle instinctively, as if they were born knowing it. Feathering out and moving outdoors. Around 5 to 7 weeks. Feathers begin pushing out fluff. This stage transforms them from round, fuzzy babies into awkward teenagers with patchy feathers. Once mostly feathered, ducklings can spend more time outdoors. Outdoor environment checklist. A secure co-op. Safe from predators. Fencing to prevent wandering. Shade and wind protection. Access to water for swimming. Dry areas so they can warm up and preen. This transition stage is where ducks learn to forage, chase insects, nibble grass, and interact with the rest of the farm. Social behavior and group dynamics. Ducks are flock animals. They thrive in groups. Ducklings raised together form tight bonds and follow each other everywhere. You'll notice pecking order behavior, group lounging, synchronized foraging, collective panic and collective relaxation. They love routine, and grow attached to their caretakers too. Teenage ducks, weeks 8 to 16. Duck growth explodes during this period. Their bodies elongate, wings strengthen. And personalities become clear. Males, drakes, begin developing a slight curl on the tail, quacking softly or rasping, growing larger and heavier. Females have louder quacks, develop smaller bodies, become more active foragers. They no longer need heat lamps and can fully live outdoors. They explore, bathe frequently, and become confident members of the farm. Reaching maturity, 4 to 6 months old. Adult ducks are fully feathered, strong, and independent. At this stage, farmers evaluate breeding potential, egg-laying capacity. Hens begin laying around 20 to 24 weeks. Health and weight, behavior and compatibility within the flock. Ducks settle into daily routines. Morning foraging, swimming sessions, sunbathing and preening, afternoon naps, evening feeding, sleeping in their coop. A healthy adult duck is active, glossy feathered, alert, and happily noisy. Care and maintenance for adult ducks. While ducks are low maintenance compared to chickens, they still need consistent care. Adult duck needs: clean water, changed daily. Shelter from rain and predators. Balanced diet of pellets, grains, and greens. Occasional vitamin and mineral supplements. Dry bedding. Parasite control and regular health checks. They're resistant to many common poultry diseases but thrive best with good hygiene and proper nutrition. The full circle of duck raising. Raising ducks from eggs to adulthood is more than farming. It's a relationship you'll watch them crack into the world. Wobble through their first steps. Splash through their first swims, explore their environment. And become confident, productive adults. Throughout this journey, you gain patience during incubation, responsibility while running the brooder, joy watching their first outdoor adventures, pride seeing them grow into healthy adults, appreciation for the cycle of life on a farm. Ducks become part of the daily rhythm, greeting you each morning, waddling behind you for treats. And filling your farm with energy and personality. Final thoughts. Whether you raise ducks for eggs, meat, pest control, or simply the joy of having them around. The process from egg to adult is magical. It requires dedication, care, and a willingness to learn. But the payoff is enormous. Every stage, from candling the eggs to watching your flock paddle peacefully in a pond, reminds you that life on the farm is full of quiet miracles. Ducks are resilient, charming creatures, and raising them teaches you to slow down and appreciate simple growth happening one day at a time. If you're planning your own duck raising adventure, you're in for an experience that will teach you, challenge you, and reward you endlessly.